Hello there everyone. This week I asked some of my viewers for video suggestions on Instagram, and I had quite a few people tag me in pictures of that classic Instagram model type makeup, which is super full coverage with bold brows and lashes and full lips. So I used that inspiration and created this look. To start off, I have clean and moisturized skin. This is a super important step when you're doing a full coverage look like this. To prime, I'm using the Korres Wrinkle Smoothing Primer all over my face, and then I'm applying the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer primarily to my T-zone to smooth out my pores and create a smooth canvas for that foundation. This primer is amazing if you have large pores. For foundation, I'm using Estee Lauder Doublewear Foundation in the shade Ivory Nude. This foundation is super full coverage and it does not budge on your face, which is really great if you have oily skin or if you plan to wear it for a long period of time like I usually do. I'm blending this foundation all over my face and down my neck using a damp Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm applying this with a dabbing motion. This presses the foundation into your skin and gives it the most natural finish. Next, to brighten the darkness under my eyes, I'm applying the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in a patting motion using my ring finger, and then I'm blending it out with that same damp Real Techniques Complexion sponge. Then, to conceal any remaining darkness that's under my eyes, I'm applying the Makeup Forever Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 1 in a triangle under each eye, and I'm blending it out with that same sponge again. I'm currently on the hunt for a concealer that's even lighter than this one, so that it will actually highlight under my eyes because I'm so fair. So if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. To set everything in place, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder as usual. Under my eyes, I use my damp Real Techniques Complexion sponge to press the powder into my skin, and then I'm using a fluffy powder brush by Eco Tools to apply a generous amount of this product to the rest of my face. I'm also going in with a second powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I'm applying this just to where I tend to get oily throughout the day, which is on the sides of my nose, and I'm also applying a little bit to the places where I'm about to contour and bronze just to aid in the blending process. For bronzer, I'm using Hoola by Benefit with the little turquoise brush that comes with it, and I'm also adding in a little bit of the Sephora Collection cheek color in the shade Tranquil to contour my cheekbones. Then with the Morphe M439 brush and my powder brush, I'm bronzing up higher on my cheekbones to blend in that contour, and I'm also bronzing along my hairline, temples, and along my jawline. Instagram models do some heavy contouring, so that's what I went for too. Then for blush, I'm using L'Oreal True Match blush in the shade Blooming Bouquet with a Sigma F40 brush. To highlight the cheekbones like a true Instagram star, I'm using Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics on a slightly damp Morphe 501 brush. By spraying the brush with some setting spray or MAC Fix Plus, the highlight goes on so much more intense. Alright, now time for the eyeshadow. I'm going to move through this pretty quickly, but just as a reminder, I put all of the products that I use down in the description bar. So I'm starting off with Deep Skin by Morphe, and I'm blending this through my crease with a Morphe M332 brush as my transition shade. Next, to darken the crease a little bit, I'm adding Cafe Macchiato by Morphe, and then to add even more dimension and give the crease a warmer look, I'm blending Spice by Morphe into that same area. For the eyelid, I'm first applying Too Faced glitter glue to my lid using my finger, and then I'm tapping on MAC pigment in the shade Tan. This pigment is beautiful, especially when you use it with this glitter glue. Then with a Morphe G18, I'm darkening the crease with Creme Brulee by Morphe. I'm blending everything out with a fluffy brush to make sure there are no harsh lines. For the lower lash line, I'm using Toasted Hazelnut by Morphe on a pencil brush, and I'm keeping this primarily on that outer 2/3 of my lower lash line so my eye isn't too closed off. For eyeliner, I'm creating a classic wing using the Kat Von D liquid eyeliner in the shade Trooper. If you have more visible lid space than I do, I definitely recommend going for a more bold or thick winged liner with this look, but since I have hooded lids and don't have much visible eyelid space, I like to stick to a more modest eyeliner so I'm not taking away from what little lid space actually shows on me. To highlight the inner corners of my eyes, I'm using L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow in the shade Iced Latte. I'm also lining my tight line and waterline with the Too Faced Eye Kohl to make this look a little bit more smoky, and I'm blending that out along the lower lash line with a flat definer brush by Smashbox. To prep my eyes for false lashes, I'm applying mascara to my upper and lower lashes. And then for falsies, I went for a very dramatic lash. This is the House of Lashes Iconic. I didn't include how to apply these lashes in this video, but if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know down in the comments. And last but not least, the lips. I'm starting out with MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl to line and fill in the outer portion of my lips, and as I'm lining them, I'm slightly overdrawing them so I can get that full and pouty look that's so famous on Instagram right now. Then I'm applying ColourPop liquid lipstick in the shade Midi to the center of my lips because adding a lighter shade in the center makes the lips look more full. And that concludes this look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with another video.
And now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you